So what I do and teach people how to do is run sober living homes. What we are is we are not recovery housing to where we're helping people get clean. We're helping people that are clean stay clean. So,
That's powerful because most people don't know where to go after they're clean.
and when he came to us, he was just broke down. He had a brand new set of teeth and a big smile. He got in his truck. It wasn't a new truck, but it was a new to him truck that he was getting ready to drive across the country to reconnect with his family that he hasn't seen in 20 years. So my hopes are that he's doing great.
Yeah.
But just the way he left us was amazing. So it's really cool to watch people rebuild that life and just get everything back that they've given up for whatever their addiction was.
And these homes are successful financially. Well, I'm sure.
We have waiting lists on all of our homes.
Business with a servant's heart. Welcome to the podcast. Business with a servant's heart. Listen to the podcast. We're all about to talk on life. Our guest will share his life story. We want you to success in life. We're ready and we will start shortly. We're gonna talk on life. We're gonna talk on business. You're gonna shine bright. We are gonna witness.
Shout out to my sponsors, A Mind for All Seasons. Your brain is your greatest competitive edge, so why not optimize it? Just text optimize to 72000, 72000 for instant access to 6 quick videos that help you think faster, remember more, and stay focused longer. A big thanks to Epic App, the 4-step storytelling system I use every day to connect and to convert. Try it free. Email me at stever1961@gmail.com. That's stever1961@gmail.com, and I'll get you the free app. Doing Business with a Servant's Heart was just named top 6 in small business marketing. Thank you, everybody, for listening and watching. Well, welcome, everyone, to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart podcast. I'm your host, Steve Ramona, and guess what? We're going to help people today. I laugh because it's a servant's heart. That's what you do. But alcoholism, I think, has grown tremendously since COVID. Mental health has grown. It's gone into our youth. I've had a number of guests talking about that. My guest today is going to talk about something unique and different, how you can serve people become sober, live a sober living life. How cool is that? So let's have him jump in. Jim, welcome to the show.
Hey, happy to be here.
So you told me your background was in real estate over 20 years, many, many years. What got you into helping people build sober living homes?
Well, it was kind of a 1-2 punch. I have always lived with a servant's heart, and drug addiction and alcohol has always been close to me. I have been blessed that I didn't go down that path, but the majority of my family did. I grew up around heavy drug addicts and alcoholics, and most of my first memories have to do with heavy drug use and heavy alcohol use. So I've always wanted to help people uplift out of that because it's a very challenging one to get out of when you're in it.
Yeah.
And then what really brought me into actually doing exactly what I'm doing was a rock bottom moment. When COVID hit, I had a bunch of rentals and they were all failing because no one was paying their rent anymore. And just sitting there one night, death scrolling after looking at all of the red on my spreadsheet, I came across something about group homes. And I clicked on it for whatever reason, and they were talking about sober living, and it resonated. And by the end of the year, I had 14 sober living homes up and running. So that's really the condensed version, but like it comes from wanting to have that servant's heart that I've always had. And then I found the thing that actually really did it for me, which is sober living.
Yeah. It's a beautiful story, Jim. I love it. There's a lot of people talk about sober living, many different definitions, What is your definition of sober living?
So what I do and teach people how to do is run sober living homes. What we are is we are not recovery housing to where we're helping people get clean. We're helping people that are clean stay clean. So
that's powerful because most people don't know where to go after they're clean.
They don't. They go right back to where they were. And what happens when you go right back to where you were? You go right back to where you were. So
yeah. How do you keep those places safe? I would think that would be a concern.
Absolutely. We have lots of rules, but we're very heavy touch. someone's going into our homes every single day. We do tap someone as kind of a house manager. So as someone builds their trust with us, we kind of empower them a little bit to be able to help us enforce the basic rules. But more than anything, their biggest job is to give us a call if there's something that's not right going on. And that definitely happens. But when you structure your homes right and you run them right, it happens a lot less.
Tell us a story of how one of these homes benefited somebody.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm sure you got many.
Yeah. What one that comes to my mind, it was actually one of our first guys. He was probably our third guy when we opened our homes, and he stayed with us for a little bit over a year. And when he came to us, he was just broke down. I mean, he was at his bottom. He was lost almost all of his teeth. He didn't smile. He wouldn't really look at you. You know, he wore a hat all the time and way down and just didn't want to engage. When he left our house, he didn't have a hat on. He had a brand new set of teeth and a big smile, had pride in his chest, and shook my hand and thanked us for everything that we've done. He got in his truck. It wasn't a new truck, but it was a new to him truck that he was getting ready to drive across the country to reconnect with his family that he hasn't seen in 20 years.
Wow. How long ago was that?
This was about a year and a half ago.
And have you talked to him recently? How's things going?
We haven't been able to get any contact. So my hopes are that he's doing great.
Yeah.
But just the way he left us was amazing. So
yeah, and the probabilities of him doing well are really good.
Especially because he didn't leave his family because his family were into drugs. He was the one that was into drugs and left his family. He was train hopping, and that's how he ended up over on this side. He was just doing his thing. Like,
God, so many crazy stories of train hopping, living out, homeless living and living out of your car.
Absolutely.
And, there's some people, I've talked to people too that work, Google and Oracle living out of their house or cars, excuse me. I'm like, just bad things happen and they don't have a house.
They do indeed.
Yeah.
And just quick on the other note, I own a couple other businesses. I own a restaurant. So like I have guys that live in my homes that work in my kitchen and wash dishes. So I have servers that have actively live in our homes. So it's really cool to watch people rebuild that life and just get everything back that they've given up for whatever their addiction was.
Yeah. So you take service to a whole new level.
That is my intent. Yes. I love what we do. It's an amazing thing. So
yeah. And this is a business podcast. It's a live podcast too, but business with Servant's Heart. It's also successful. Your restaurant's probably successful because you've got people working for you, and these homes are successful financially. Well, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Our homes do great. We have waiting lists on all of our homes. So
what's the biggest myth about sober living?
That they're flop houses, that a sober living home is going to be a horrible neighbor. And let me be clear, a well-run sober living home will be the best neighbor you have because they follow rules. They have guidelines. They have quiet hours. They have to do maintenance and clean up around the property. Where when I was renting homes just to regular people, I'd have people with broke down cars in the front yard working on them, drinking all night on the patio, smoking cigarettes, hooting and hollering, listening to loud music. And there's nothing I can do. Once they rent it from me, I can't be like, you can't be loud after 10:30. But so that's the biggest thing that I think most people have that fear of. So,
and I gotta admit, I would think that quickly. Now I met you, I know it's not, but that's no different than somebody buying a home.
No,
it could be. Yeah, I mean, you could have crazy things happen there too.
Absolutely. We don't get to pick our neighbors most of the time. So
there you go. Exactly. That's where I was going. Exactly. That it can happen anywhere, not just a sober home or somebody, beating addiction like you do.
Absolutely. But when they're run right though, and they have people that actually show up and they're not just a cash machine for the owner, they're really good neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah. Compassion versus accountability. How do you focus on that in the homes?
You just have to run that hard line. At the end of the day, anyone who's coming to me is way beyond their second chance. And it doesn't mean I won't give them a 50th or 100th, but they still have to earn it. If you break our rules, we put you out of our houses really quickly. So just the other day, someone came and, to come into our homes, you have to be sober. So he came, we did a UA test on him and he hit for marijuana. So he was the shortest time I've ever had someone in my home. He was in my home for less than an hour. And we had to send him away. But what we do is we had him give us a $200 deposit. We held his bed for 2 weeks. And as soon as he was able to show us that he was sober, he was able to come back into the home. He was back in less than a week because he flushed everything out of his system, however he did it, and he's been good since. But
Jim, that is the perfect story. Audience, take this in, of a servant's heart serving somebody with a no. And people go, because we engaged, I'm guilty for 10 years. I engaged a lot of people. Yeah, yes. And took a lot of time. I lost a lot of money. There's to a point, the servant heart goes. And I love what you did. You put time frames on it. You gave them 2 weeks. You said $200. So their accountability, they're vested. If they don't come back, some people might go, well, he's poor. But you got to put people accountable, right?
Absolutely. It's not because I want his $200, but it's like anything. When you get it for free, we tend to not care about it. It was free. And I wanted him to come back because our homes help people. And especially somebody like that who coming in already failed. It's like, dude, this is your chance. Come on. And he's doing great now. So
look at that. See, so how long has he been there since the story?
Now he's been here around in 2 weeks now that he's been in the house.
Look at that. He came back. Guys, that's fantastic. And $200 is not going to float your business.
No,
it's not going to move the needle at all.
And to be real, if it was about the money, I'd be much better off if I would have just jammed one of the other people on my waiting list in his spot and had him start over, because I would have gotten a full check from them. So that definitely isn't about the money to me. It's about the accountability, like you said. So
such a powerful, we've already proved this is such a powerful servant activity. It's something you really give it back, but it's also a business. What kind of people are you looking for? Yeah.
Are looking for to bring into my home?
To be involved. That's what I meant to say. You got me so excited. I forgot the involvement.
Just to get a little clear on that, I do run Group Home Accelerator, which is a coaching program, and it teaches people how to start and scale this business, because a lot of people understand how to get into one, but they don't know that next step. How do I get my third, fourth, fifth home going? And how do I have a system to run those homes? Because this business is all about systems, like almost any business. If you've got rock solid systems, you've got a rock solid business. And if you have no systems, you actually don't even have a business. You just have something that's maybe making you money. I really have two types of people I'm looking for. I'm looking for those people that really have just that pure servant's heart, that they want to come and they want to help. And this is what they're looking to do. And I teach them how to run this and make it an actual business. And then I really like to work with investors who want to give back and work with the servant's heart as well, but already kind of understand the business model. People that maybe have run rental properties for a while, but realize that running a rental property, you're making $100 to $500 a month off that rental, and one roof repair takes away your whole year's profit margin. Where when you get these good sober living homes going, you can make anywhere between $1,000 and $5,000 a month off that same home. So
that's beautiful. What's the secret sauce to go from 14 homes in 24 months? That's a big endeavor.
It's absolutely about models and systems, though. It's knowing how to market to your community that's going to give you the leads and give you people that are coming into your home, like the inpatient drug clinics that are around you. And then it is about having process to get them into your home and do all the paperwork right, which there's some great programs out there now to help people with this. And then really just how to run your home, how much you should be touching your house, what you should be looking for, the rules that you set in place. And your rules and your paperwork really dictate everything, because they're what allow you to hold everyone in your home accountable. And it actually is what allows you to be able to get people out of your home as opposed to like a regular normal tenant. So,
and usually these homes are any addiction, drugs, alcohol.
Correct.
All that.
So I'll take any addiction. And then I also bring people into these homes from DOC in their reentry program. So the Department of Corrections. So people processing out of prison. There are so many people right now in prison that can't get out because they literally have nowhere to go. And there's a lot of people they won't just release until they have a place to go, because they need to be monitored. So they can't just go onto the street. So they retain them in prison and jails until they have a place to go. So we serve a lot of people re-entering society as well, which again, very, very gratifying.
Incredible niche. I didn't even think about that.
It's fits perfectly because they have to follow the same rules. They're not allowed to use drugs. They have curfews. They have a probation officer. So you as the owner actually have another really nice buffer that, hey, this guy just smoked meth in the bathroom. I can call his PO and he's going back to jail.
Yeah.
So
you get a good buffer there for you to help you with the accountability parts of it.
Correct.
How many people have you worked with? Do you know?
Right now, I've got a little over 60 beds, and I've got I've got about another 50 coming up.
110. You're helping a
Oh,
lot.
or were you talking with people that I'm
Well,
helping?
how about overall? How about overall?
Oh, okay. Oh God, overall, I've got to be in the 1,000+ now that we've helped run through our homes,
It's
just
beautiful.
because 3 to 6 months is the average, but like I have what I call move up homes. So I have some really nice homes that as they progress through my system, they get to, hey, would you like to move over here? Because a lot of times people want to stay longer because it's still actually affordable housing too. And as long as they're willing to stay under those same rules, I'm willing to let people stay as long as they want to stay, as long as they're staying sober.
Yeah.
Because with sobriety, it's a time game. And you can have 10 years of sobriety and one bad night can put you right back to where you were. So
Square one again. Yeah. What? So the people living there pay a rent.
correct. Well, yes, the way that we have it structured, just getting technical with it, is they pay a
Yeah.
fee to be in a program because they're never a
Gotcha.
tenant. So they're in a program with me. And the majority of people come to me and have anywhere between 3 and 6 months that's paid for them. Most people come in and when they're coming out of these types of programs, they are at their rock bottom. So they're able to there's lots of grant money out there, federal and state funding. And then we run scholarships and things like that as well. So that way, if somebody needs to stay longer and just can't afford to do it, they're not back on their feet yet, we'll help them out. So
Yeah, you keep serving.
you got, you got to.
I love it. No, it's a great lesson for the audience to hear because what I'm talking about. There's so many ways you can serve in so many entities in business. You just got to be creative, and you seem to be very creative.
Well, thank you.
So let me ask you, because I have a rental. A city can be kind of a pain sometimes. We'll just be very nice about that. How do you handle that? I know each area is different, but do you help? So you do this in one area right now, or are you starting to go out to the United States?
I do this in one area, but I have students in other states.
Okay. How's city? I mean, how do you handle with the city?
You know what? It's a fun one because it comes up a lot. I literally just had a guy out of Texas who gave me a call and he was freaking out because he turned his fourplex into a sober living homes. The city came and gave him a big cease and desist order, told him that you're not allowed to do this. I gave him some paperwork. There's actually a lot of case law on this. And Oxford House is a pretty nationally known company that does sober living homes. They're very democratic. They're very different than what I do, but still very similar. And they have dealt with this in multiple states and definitively in 2 cases just here in Washington state. Once you are classified as having an addiction, alcohol or drug, you are now classified. It's a disability, so they fall under the ADA. So a lot of the rules don't apply because most of the cities around here, even mine, has a thing where you can't have more than 5 non-family members living in a home together, but they can't enforce that when you're dealing with ADA because there's a discrimination thing there. So
Yeah.
anyone I've given that to, I sent my guy the paperwork. He handed it all into the city. The guy begrudgingly took it and stomped off. About 2 days later, he got a letter that said, "We're very sorry. You're able to do this. Good luck on your property." So
That's great coaching. That's what people need you for because these are some of the things that you can solve the problem. You've been through all of it already. So anybody listening, this is the guy you want to talk to. Jim's your man to help you walk through this because renting is tough enough.
yes.
You add the surface of addiction to that. There's going to be, more things you got to take care of and more things you got to do.
Absolutely. But once you dial in, this is a very smooth business. You're going to have fluidity with it. And it's just, that's where you lean back in to, hey, this is helping people. So it's okay that I get to move this person on because now the next person that I get to help gets to come in and then the next, and then the next, and then you snowball it and you get to the end of the year and you're like, I've helped 300 people this year stay sober. And maybe you only helped 180 of them because 140 of them reverted back. But you know what? You gave them the opportunity. And the other ones that made it, you did it. Like,
all you could do is the opportunity. And that's another servant heart message. Thank you for saying that, is give the opportunity. We can't change people. We can't convince people. We open the door if they come in and willing to follow the rules. It's great. What's I'm going to guess. You might not have an answer to this, but is there one constant message you give to that new person coming into the sober home? Like, follow the rule. Is there something there?
You know what? You actually just kind of nailed it. At the end of the day, what we let them know is it doesn't matter what we're here and what we do for you. If you don't want this, and if you're not ready to take your sobriety, it's never going to happen. There's nothing I can do to make somebody stay sober unless I can lock them in a place until they detox and keep tabs on them 24/7. But at the end of the day, you're going to get back into life. You're going to go out there and you're going to get a girlfriend, and your girlfriend might drink. Your girlfriend might do drugs, and you need to determine, is this the girlfriend that I need in my life? I think she's great, but she does drugs and she drinks every night. Like, is it? So it's really up to you. And if you're ready to have this, the yellow brick road will open up right in front of you, because with me, there's job opportunities, there's growth opportunities, there's so much out there ready for them to take, but they got to want it.
I knew you'd have a beautiful man. That's why I asked. That was kind of a selfish question. I know it's probably got to be, and it's probably constant with every person you're mentoring to do this, kind of make that, in their words, but the same mission
Absolutely.
goes through. We're coming to the end here. What does Jim's business look like in the next 2 to 3 years?
Well, what I see my business looking like is I've got another 50 beds of Madden into my portfolio, and I'm actually stopping investing as quickly as I can. I've got a bunch of properties I've got to finish up, but by the end of 26, I want to be completely done with real estate investing. And I am moving 100% in to teaching people how to open these homes, because we need these across the country. My goal right now is I want to help people. I want to help open 1,000 homes, and not that I'm going to fund them. I want to coach and teach other people how to, because every single person I teach how to open at least one home helps a minimum of 6 to 8 people at a time. And then you put that over a 12-month period. We're talking that they've helped, 50 to 100 people that year. And I have 1,000 people that are helping thousands of people. Just the ripple and the wave of that becomes such an epic thing. So that's really what I am building my whole life to right now.
Yeah, it's a great goal, Jim. That's a fantastic goal. Let's end with a little improv.
Okay.
So we're going to go to your favorite.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, be a lion. No,
wrong improv. Sorry.
Well, actually, we should do elf. Be an elf for Christmas time. We're kidding, audience. So your favorite restaurant in Washington State, where you go to, I'm going to reserve a table there. What I want you to do is invite 3 people who've been influential in your life, whether they're dead or alive. And I think the most important question I want to ask is, what food would you order for the table?
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, see, this is a fun one, because now I get to plug my Wild Irish Pub restaurant.
There you go. There you go. Yes.
I would definitely start us off with some steak bites. and we have a house item that is called a Ming Tree Wonton. The building that I bought it was the first Chinese restaurant in our town, and they were open for about 45 years. And it was called the Ming Tree. And we made these really cool little wontons with corned beef and cheese and a little cabbage and onion in them. And they're amazing. And they're our homage to the original restaurant. And then the people I would actually bring most of them are still alive. It would be Alex Hermosi, because he's just a marketing genius. I can't even express what I've learned from him, and I barely scratched the surface. Andy Frisilla, I don't really know if I'm pronouncing his name correct, but he's a pretty big influential podcaster. And then if I could get him there, which I know he's not around, it would be Carnegie. So
I'm glad I'm at that table. And I'm thinking wonton with corned beef and cheese. That's a new one for me.
ooh,
And I'm kind of a foodie. So where are you in Washington State?
I am in Shelton. It's a small town right outside of Olympia. So I'm about 45 minutes, an hour outside of Seattle.
Okay, so you're in Seattle, drive 45 minutes to go see what's it called again? The Wild Irish Pub.
Wild Irish Pub.
Check him out. And he's helping others by bringing his sober living people and helping them get jobs and make money, which is wonderful. How can people reach out to you? We're such a wonderful guest. I know people want to connect with you.
Well, thank you. I'm on social media. I mean, under just my name, Jim Boad, or Group Home Accelerator, either of those. And I'm easy to get a hold of. I respond.
Yeah, and audience, I'll have that in the show notes as all podcasts. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. And here's a perfect example. It's Christmas time right now. It's 12/15/25. And you're going to go to parties. And you're going to talk to people, because when you do parties, they're going to drink. or whatever. And you're going to hear stories of, hey, my son or my spouse or whatever is having a problem. Well, you can solve that. Reach out to Jim, share this podcast, and maybe they can help. That's what podcasts are. They're the gift to give back, especially in this time of Christmas and giving. So go ahead and subscribe. And it doesn't have to be my podcast. Any other podcast out there, if it resonates with you, share it with people because they get to learn all about these wonderful guests that we have. Thanks again, Jim, for being a great guest. Audience, we'll see you all in the next episode of Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. Have a great day, everyone.